Just the amount of natural light within the building. You know, you don't have to have any lights on here throughout the day. It's just all the shadows that come through, all the weird little details with the sunrises and sets here is quite interesting. Being able to have the screens and natural light all day around is really a massive bonus to this project.
Back in 2021, we came back here and sat down in this spot with the architect and the client. It had much more of a different feel about it. It was dark and gloomy with big masonry walls and small windows, so it's really good now to see it opened up, really bright and light with all of that northern sunlight flooding through. It's always changing no matter what time of day it is or what season of the year it is. It's always going to change and feel different and fresh. So Chris Rowlands has done a really good design here, more of a contemporary addition on the back of this really unique, one-of-a-kind heritage home here in the heart of the eastern suburbs.
Our immediate reaction was to how much natural light can we get into the space. I guess the expectation originally was to try and be somewhat in keeping with the home. It was suggested from Heritage at Council that we have a strong juxtaposition and a contemporary addition to the home. So something that ended up celebrating the original home by being very different. So we ended up with a much more contemporary form at the back so that you can identify what the original home was and what the recent addition would be.
For Tony himself as the client, he was definitely excited to get us on board. The process was going for years before to get through the heritage listing, so to see it start to come alive, he definitely got excited as that process sort of developed. It was an exciting one, especially in this sort of area. You don't see too many second story sort of lofts at this size, and to be able to sort of create something with the privacy of the screens, it was definitely exciting. There's not many renovations around here that have floor to ceiling windows. Everyone's got top highlight, so Chris's design to be able to create something that was both private but also bringing the natural lights really sort of changed the elements, I reckon.
One of the key difficulties on this project was the perforated steel screens around the exterior of the new addition, and we had to work closely with the architect and the engineer to figure out the details of how we were going to connect the frames to the building.
It was an interesting and intricate process, a lot of engineering before the cladding had to be involved to make sure the support structures were there. They look like they're floating, but they're not. There's a lot going on behind the walls, and getting that details in early was critical, I think, so that we could have the nice clean finish at the end.
We looked at the project at having this perforated screen at the northern end and the southern end, but at night artificial light should essentially have these two ends of this floating box that start to glow and having this lantern effect. So it's something we're looking forward to seeing tonight, but I guess the inverse of that and the quality of the space that you get during the day is something that we're pretty happy to walk in and see people come into the void and look up and look at the tree, and that's good to see. It's nice.
Really proud of our team on this project, especially Harry and Kyle, the way that they've brought this project together from start to finish through what has been not the easiest time. We had a couple of COVID lockdowns in here, so it's a real testament how they've really brought this project to life, and it's looking amazing. We get along well with Chris and all of the team down there at RAD Studio, so we've done a few projects together now. I think they started the design 4 or 5 years ago, so it's really good now to see it all finished, exactly how the client and Chris envisioned it.
It's really exciting to see the smile on Tony's face as he can see it all slowly come together and trust that process, and now he gets to see it all together. He couldn't be happier, and that's sort of what makes you smile at the end of the day when he's so stoked with it. It's a space that he'll live in for as long as he wants to be here and enjoy it.